The bill specify what kind of penalty teachers like that will face? When you talk about the moral fiber of our country, you realize that this country is an amalgamation of cultures, right, and different faiths. And even within Christianity, people don't interpret those commandments the same way. But you also recognize that the Constitution of this country, its founding document, doesn't include the word God or Jesus or Christianity, and that's for a reason, because the Founding Fathers founded this country as a secular one. You don't see that?
I bet you CNN pays you a lot of money, and I bet you got a bunch of dollar bills.
What does this have to do with the network that I work for or what I'm getting paid? Don't make this about that. Answer the question. Why did the Founding Fathers not include God in the Constitution if they wanted this country to be the way that you see it?
Clearly about him and his own belief that we can't talk about God in public, basically. That's what they really believe. That's what they really want. And look where that's gotten us. It's gotten us so far.
I know.
It's made this such a great place. We enjoy ourselves together every single day, don't we? In beauty and love and friendship and togetherness. It's really nice. It's really nice. Ever since that ruling in the early 60s, we've just gelled as a people. It's been so good to eliminate God from society. Hasn't it? Oh man, these people are agonizing. That by the way, there really isn't anything in the Constitution about endorsement either. Doesn't say you can't endorse. It's what it says is you can't establish a state religion. It is to protect religion, not to protect the state. The founders were not afraid that religion was going to take over the government. They were afraid the government would take over religion and then force people to worship as they wanted them to. Yeah. You know, the state doesn't need to be protected from religion. We're not that kind of, it's not a theocracy, and it never will be. But it certainly does have elements of spirituality in it. I mean, John Adams said that this Constitution was appropriate only for a moral people and it wouldn't sustain any other kind. So be nice if people knew that. If people, I don't know, looked into it a little bit instead of just spewing the progressive line that they spew all the there's separation of church and state. What about the endorsement of Christianity, Judaism over Hinduism and Muslimism?
It doesn't say God.
Jeez. And it's always the same. The Hindus, the Muslims, we protect them and coddle them more than anybody.
Sure do.
Are you kidding me? Jeez. If this was a copy of the Quran must be in every single classroom in Louisiana, I don't think they'd have any problem with it.
No.
They'd be fine with that. They just, I don't know, they've got this enmity for Christianity.
Yeah, it's a cultural benefit to have something like the Quran
diverse
or diversity
and inclusive.
Diversity is our strength, Pat. Wait, unless it's a Christianity thing. Then,
because that's not diversity, Keith. Christianity is too prevalent.
At what point does Christianity or leaning on the Constitution or teaching about the Founding Fathers, when does that become the radical idea? When does that become the diverse viewpoint? Because it's in the minority.
We're almost there.
It's in the minority now.
Surely, we're almost there. So a group of civil rights organizations said they'd immediately file suit. Of course they're going to. Yeah. I bet it's already been filed. Organizations opposing the law include the ACLU. Surprise! Because they're so good. And they care so much about freedom and equity and...
It's in the name, civil liberty.
Thank you. Thank you. It's right in the name. What's not in the name is that it was created by a communist to fulfill communist goals. Don't worry about that, though. Don't even think about that. That's insane. So anyway, the ACLU of Louisiana, Americans United for Separation of Church and State, that might be the Michael Newdow organization. Remember him, the big atheist that was always suing to get God removed?
Yeah.
And the Freedom from Religion Foundation.
Love them.
In a shared statement, the organizations called the new law blatantly unconstitutional. I'm so surprised they're opposed to this. So The Ten Commandments must be printed on a poster no smaller than 11 inches by 14 inches. So they even tried to make sure that you, like you said initially, that it can't be hidden somewhere in a corner.
Got to see it.
It's so small that you can't see it. The text must be the central focus of the document. And they said, it's true. A lot of people don't like this, but the commandments are the basis of all laws in Louisiana and the United States of America, for that matter.